Welcome. Myself, Tariqul Islam, Assistant Professor, Protocol Science and Technology, University, Bangladesh. In the previous lecture on consumer behavior and renewable energy, I have discussed consumer behavior, consumers' willingness to pay, and investment in renewable energy sector, then types of behavior change, reason for behavior change, and factors for public acceptance of renewable energy. In this video, I'll discuss barriers for renewable energy technologies adoption at individual level, and finally different ways for transition of consumer behavior from traditional to sustainable energy. Okay, firstly, barrier for sustainable energy technology adoption at individual level. Basically, different types of barrier delay for renewable energy production, commercialization, and sustainable use at different level. Some of them may be working at national level, some are regional, or some may be for global crisis, as well as some are very individual at consumer level. Here, I will discuss barriers for renewable energy consumption at consumer level. Okay, first one is high initial capital cost. Initial capital cost for renewable or sustainable energy technologies tend to be high. In most of the case, renewable energy has high investment cost. That's why people are not so willing to purchase renewable energy. Many consumers give more importance to keep the initial cost low rather than minimizing the operational cost. Then the second point is lack of financing mechanism. Lack of sufficient government incentives scheme or financing mechanism to promote the adoption of renewable or sustainable energy technologies by business or industries. That's why price becomes higher and consumer become demotivated to purchase renewable energy. Okay, the third point is transmission and distribution loss. Loss due to transmission of energy from one distribution station to another with theft of electricity, basically for developing country, may demotivate the consumer for purchasing renewable energy sector. Okay, then the fourth barrier is inefficient technology. Lack of proven reliability for the technology is the barrier to adoption of these advanced technologies, as technology have less familiar and people are not actually aware about the newly developed system. They are not interested in taking any new energy source as a main source of energy. Then the fifth point is lack of subsidies. In every field, subsidies is needed to lower the cost for consumer, as government policy for most of the case is to give subsidies on renewable energy. The price of renewable energy is getting high. That's why people are not accepted the renewable energy so highly. So that potential improvement the financial viability of business and affordability of services for renewable energy projects can be increased by giving a lot of subsidies. Okay, then the important barrier is lack of consumer awareness to technology. Newly developed technology needs to be disseminated consumer door to door, but in most of the case, consumers are not well enough aware about alternative energy source. Lack of awareness regarding cost and benefit of the renewable or sustainable energy technologies among stakeholders may result in lack of interest and commitment to promote them. Then the another vital barrier is lack of sufficient market base. Renewable energy industry is not so high in most of the country. As a result, market coverage for private sector is so difficult and consumers are not well aware and knowledgeable regarding new technology. Next one is lack of paying capacity. For developing countries, paying money for renewable energy in some cases difficult, as the targeted poor family has less access to pay. As a result, private investors get demotivated for investment in this field. The solution can be targeted population will be larger group and economically viable group. Then another point is need for backup or storage device. Renewable energy like solar energy need to storage power for nighttime use. That's why they have to purchase battery or storage device, which includes another cost for power regulation. To supply uninterrupted and continuous power supply, backup or storage device are required. In addition, disposal of battery or storage device is a major environmental issue. Okay, the less efficiency. Renewable energy technologies are often considered to be used with discomfort or sacrifice rather than as providing equivalent service with the less energy and cost. Also, while purchasing a technology, consumers take decisions which may not be economically rational. Another barrier for renewable energy adoption is unable to meet electricity power demand alone. In case of Bangladesh, renewable energy like solar energy cannot fulfill the total energy demand of a larger family, as they need a lot of electricity for daily activities. Besides, consumers believe that non-renewable energy is more light emitting and have greater power for fulfillment of the energy demand. The last point in case of barrier is the lack of experience. As renewable energy is new concept for most of the developing country, people have less experience, so they seldom try to adapt with new technology for uncertainty, risk of economic loss, or fear in technology failure. Okay, next point is different ways for transition of consumer behavior from traditional to sustainable energy. To overcome the barrier for accepting renewable energy worldwide, the different ways can be followed at individual, regional, national, or international level. Let's discuss one by one. First one is government should take initiative first to give priority on renewable energy like providing subsidy, law enforcement or green tax installment. Then private sector must be more motivated to renewable energy sector by continuous monitoring and providing regular support to them. Third one is all of the stakeholders should be aware of negative consequences of fossil fuel consumption, including climate change, global warming, sea level rise, or other environmental issues. Then, awareness raising program like leaflet, campaigning, training, or seminar should be more prominent among all level of stakeholders. That will increase the dissemination of information. Number fifth, market coverage for renewable energy and market equilibrium need to be monitored regularly. And then energy loss during transportation and dissemination should be monitored and controlled regularly. Then consumer level of trust, knowledge regarding new technology, no hidden charge should be upgraded. And then accountability and responsibility of energy provider at government and private sector should be more monitored and controlled. First and foremost, the benefit cost ratio for renewable energy technology should be more than non-renewable energy technology. And finally, continuous research and development projects should be operated to find out the gap regarding consumer behavior. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. See you in the next video.